give you an update. We're about 1 month into Austin, 1 month to go. So we've been doing a lot, but we have a lot left to do. I am just basically going to tell you what we've been up to. I would really love to create a video that's like, here's our conclusions and we've figured it all out. But the more I learn, the more I realize there's way too much to learn in just even a couple months. So here's what we have been doing. We have still been doing lots of stuff outside. A couple highlights, we went to the Zilker Botanical Gardens, which Zilker Park is right along the main river or lake thing in Austin. And they had a free day one day that we just decided to also go, which was awesome. The gardens were beautiful, and they actually were gardens that let you bring dogs in, which I have never seen from a botanical gardens before. We didn't bring Romeo, but we enjoyed it nonetheless. We've been spending a lot of time alongside that sort of main river, the Colorado River, which is not the same Colorado River that runs through Colorado, I learned. It is one that is just totally unique to Texas. For instance, we went to this place called Redbud Isle, which is very small but little island in the middle of this river lake next to something called the Tom Miller Dam. And I'd read about the Tom Miller Dam because that dam, or at least dams that have been in that same place before, are pretty instrumental in Austin history. I will eventually make an Austin history video and talk all about it. But anyway, I wanted to get some drone shots of the dam, and Redbud Isle, which is right there, has apparently some like remains from past dams that have been in that same location but failed. And we got there, I expected it just to be a few walking trails, and it was actually a dog island. Dogs could just run free across the entire little island. So there were dogs swimming and, running in the woods, and Romeo ignored most of them because he's like an awkward antisocial dog who's also terrified of water. So maybe not like his favorite day, but it's fine. We love him and he's really good at doing tricks. So that's all that matters. Anyway, we loved Redbud Isle and had like a great time. So lots of things outdoors. We've also been eating a lot. We somehow spent twice as much on food in the last month as we've spent in any month ever. So who knows how that happened. We've done a lot of outdoor eating when we have actually gone places. There's a handful of these combination coffee shop, taco truck, barbecue food truck, really any type of food truck food places, which are great for pandemic times, and especially given Austin has had nearly perfect weather this entire month is especially nice. We've also gone to this place called Little Ola's Biscuits, which were some of the best biscuits I've ever had in my life, which is saying something because I love biscuits. We're getting the famous Franklin's barbecue this weekend, which is extremely overpriced, but it's something you got to do once when you're in Austin, so we're doing it. And we've gotten takeout here and there, a couple different places. Always been trying to hit up local places as much as we can. And needless to say, Austin food scene, excellent, very excellent. The last thing we've kind of been focused on is the arts and culture scene here in Austin, which of course is difficult to assess in a pandemic, but we're doing the best we can. You can get a sense of some of what Austin is like just by driving around, seeing graffiti or murals. We drove by this one guy's house that had a like trash cathedral in his backyard. So, the Keep Austin Weird slogan is a little bit true. We also have been, of course, trying to figure out what kind of arts and culture would be here, even if there wasn't a pandemic. So, of course, Austin has theaters ranging from regular comedy to improv to, bringing in the latest Broadway shows, orchestras. We actually found a choir of Austin's that was doing a YouTube concert hour-and-a-half long thing that we got to watch. Really excellent, a combo of past performances from previous years and those sort of Zoom songs where everyone's in a different box but wearing the same clothes. It was really sweet, and again, gave us a sense of just what kinds of things Austin has. All in all, we've been loving it here. Still have a lot more to check out in the next month. And now it's getting down to some of the serious stuff, like where in Austin would we actually want to live? What kind of taxes do you have to pay here? What do those taxes pay for? Like, they recently just passed a big transportation bill, so I've been reading up about the bike lanes and the infrastructure and the bridges and the walking trails and sidewalks that they're planning on building in the next however many years. But those kinds of things are maybe a little bit duller, but are interesting and give us a good sense of what the city is maybe actually like. Again, in a pandemic, you can only talk to so many people, but we've been asking lots of questions to Ben's sister and brother-in-law and our neighbors and our Airbnb host, and I'm always on the Austin subreddit or looking at the paper just to see what the daily news is talking about. All that being said, we hope you have a happy new year, and we'll catch up with you again soon.